Hey, morning everybody, welcome to Morning Word. This is where I share, a short 2-minute video. It's really sharing from my own personal Bible study and to share the inspiration that God really gives me and things that He downloads into me to make my life better. And I really hope that it inspires you and makes your life better, but also more importantly that you go and find your own revelation from the Word yourself. So let's really get into this. We're reading from Genesis and we're reading from chapter 3 verse 4 to 5, and it reads this, and this is a well-known story. Even if you're not a Christian, not a believer or whatever, everybody knows the story. It reads this. He says, then the serpent said to the woman Eve, you will not surely die, talking about the apple in the garden, for God knows that in the day that you eat of it, your eyes will be opened and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Now I want you to check this. In chapter 2 verse 16 to 17, okay, God had commanded Adam. Now Adam would have told Eve, because Eve wasn't around at the time, not to eat from the tree of knowledge. Now understand this, is that God's advice was coming from a place of love. Now the serpent's advice to Eve was coming from a place of rebellion. Now this is what I really understood. When I started really read this, okay, what God was trying to download to me was not everybody who gives you advice is giving you advice from a place of love. Some people will give you advice from a place of bitterness. Some people will give you advice from a place of jealousy or of hatred or of envy. So you really got to test. The Bible says, really test the spirit. So where's that person coming from? Okay, do they really have the authority to even tell me and speak into my life? Have they been a success in that area? Test the spirit. God also says as well, do you know what? There is safety in a multitude of advisors. Sometimes it's good to go around and talk to different people, okay, and see, have they been a success in that area? Test them, So before you take on anyone's advice, test it. Is it right? Where are they coming from? So the question is, look, who are you getting advice from? Are you getting advice from someone who's never succeeded in anything, but they drink all day and that's the person that you're getting advice from? Are you getting advice from someone about love and that person has never been in love? Are you trying to get advice about a business venture and someone who's never done business? That'd be folly, right? So that's the question, who are you getting your advice from? Lesson of the day is this. Check who your advisors are. Number one. Number two, get great advisors around you to make sure that you are making the right decisions. Otherwise, like we know what the whole thing will happen with Eve, you will also fall. So I really pray that you take this on board, because this is really important. So God bless you. As we say, as we always end, morning word is God's gift to us is life. It really is. What we do with that life is our gift back to God. What are you doing with your life right now is my question. So God bless you. Thank you for joining us on Morning Word. See you tomorrow. God bless you. Bye-bye.